Here's how to turn off comments on YouTube. So if you're a viewer, we're going to show you how to turn off comments when you're watching videos. You can't see any comments on any video, any chat, anything like that. If you're a creator, we're going to go through YouTube Studio and dive deep into everything you need to know about turning off comments on YouTube, on your videos, on your channel, all at once, one at a time, any new upload, all that kind of stuff. So let's talk about if you're a viewer. If you're a viewer and you want to see no comments on YouTube, the easiest thing for you to do is to go to the upper right hand corner here and go turn on restricted mode. Restricted mode actually hides every single comment section, doesn't show the live chat for chats or anything. So when you're actually watching YouTube, there are no comments. Now it does require, or it does restrict some of the more mature content that might find its way on YouTube. That's good, but maybe some things get caught up in that you want to watch, so you might not be able to watch them, but there are no comments if that's your goal. You can also do restricted mode in the YouTube app on the iPhone to turn off comments. So we go to the YouTube app, we go to our profile picture, and in the upper right we have the gear icon, and we can come to general settings, and in here we've got restricted mode, and it's the same thing on the YouTube app on Android. We go to the lower right profile, upper right gear icon, and then general settings. And we also have restricted mode right here. So that's how you can turn off comments on the YouTube app for iPhone and Android. Now, if you're a creator, let's get into talking about how to turn off comments on your channels and on your videos. So we're going to back out of this really quick and also back out of this, and we'll swipe back. And I'm going to look at the YouTube Studio on desktop first, then we'll check out different ways that I do it on the mobile apps on iPhone and Android. So first off, we've got our YouTube Studio dashboard. So we click on our profile picture, go to YouTube Studio, and there's a couple things to note here. If your channel is a kids channel, kids only content, in the lower left, we're going to go to settings. And even if it's not, still go to settings because there's comment things here too. But if your channel is only kids content, then in the advanced settings of your channel, you're going to want to say, yes, this channel is set to made for kids. That puts a lot of restrictions on the different content on your channel. It doesn't do monetization as good. Like, this isn't a setting you want to turn off comments unless you are literally a channel made for kids. And if you are, then you can select yes, and there will be changes to your channel, but comments will be turned off. That's one of the changes. Now, most of you will fall under no, set this channel is not made for kids. Sure, kids can watch it, but it's not actively targeting kids as the audience of my videos. So if you have that set, then comments will be on. So we need to go to the upload defaults first, and inside of the advanced settings of the upload defaults is where we're going to find a default for comments, and we can turn comments off right here. So the default upload, every new video I'm uploading is going to be having no comments. Comments will be turned off on all those videos. Inside of community moderation, you're also going to find comments in here. It should follow the setting that you put for upload defaults. It should be off already, but that's another spot where you can turn off comments. Now, that works for all the new videos that you're uploading, but if you already have a bunch of videos and you want to turn off comments on those, we go to our content section, we find our uploads, and we can get into the details of the upload, right? Here's our video details. So to turn off comments on this video, we scroll down to the bottom, and then we find show more. We're going to keep going down all the way to the very bottom. And here we're going to find the same kind of thing, comments. We can turn comments off or even pause comments, which I believe freezes comments on your channel, so like, or on that video. So those comments are there, but nobody else can post comments. Or we just turn them off completely by clicking on or selecting turn off comments for that video. Now, if you want to do a bunch of videos or a select few or multiple videos, you can actually just select whatever videos you want to do here, and we can go to edit, and then we can go to comments right here. If you want to do all the videos on your channel, then click on this selection box right here, and then click select all right here. It selects every single page of videos, every video on your channel. Then you go to edit, and you can go to comments, and we can turn off comments for all videos on our channel or for multiple videos, whatever we have selected. This is a bulk edit action, and we can update videos here in the upper right. It's going to say, are you sure? Do you understand? You're going to do this to every single video? And if you do, you say yes, update those videos. And that turns off comments for every single video on your channel. So now we effectively have comments turned off for our entire channel, any new uploads and any existing uploaded videos. Now we go, and same thing with shorts, same thing with live streams, all of that. You can go in there and turn off the comments for those. Now, if we go to the app, so on the YouTube Studio app, there's a couple of places to look at. Number one is the community spot down here in the lower part of your screen. You're going to find that tab, and you can turn off. Actually, it's not going to show you. Yeah, I think it does take you straight there. Oh, no, it takes you here. Yeah, I was going to say. Then you see this content controls button, and we can tap on that and get to this page, which we went to first. It's turning off comments on new uploads. We can do that right here on the YouTube app on iPhone. And then we can also block comments, block link, text, anything like that as well. One other spot to consider is the content section, where you can go into your individual videos like we did before and tap to edit, and then tap the more options down here. And we have our comments right here for that particular video that we can turn off as well. Now, the other thing we can look at is the Made for Kids side. So if you go to the upper right, that's your profile picture, and then settings, you're going to find that audience setting right here. So you could change the setting in the YouTube app if your channel is strictly made for kids. And then down here, we have content controls, which just takes us back to that same spot where we can turn off comments once again. Okay, so that's the YouTube Studio app on iPhone. What about the Studio app on Android? Well, it's going to be the same thing. Community for comments down here. We have content controls. And then inside of there, we have the ability to turn off comments here on the YouTube Studio app for Android. And so you can turn off comments for new uploads. What about my existing uploads? Well, you go to content, pick your type of content, in this case, videos. And then we can go and we can actually edit the video that we selected. And we can do the same thing. Show more. Scroll down and find not what I thought I was looking for. Am I missing something here? Oh yeah, right here, community. So it's a little different. And then comments right here. And then we can turn them off right there. So we can turn off comments for any individual video on Android. It just looks a little different, but it's basically the same thing. And the last thing that I like to do is actually manage my YouTube content with the YouTube Studio website, desktop version, on mobile. To do that, you can go to Safari, you can go to Chrome, and you're going to go to studio.youtube.com. And what you want to do there is request the desktop website. Now, if you don't know what that is, then you go to the upper left here in Safari on the iPhone, and then you're going to have three dots in this menu down here. You scroll to the bottom, and basically there's settings you can change for this particular website, studio.youtube.com. You can request the desktop website. That should show you the dashboard a little more like what you see on the desktop. Now, everything's going to be really, really tiny, so you got to do a lot of zooming in and out, but you're going to be able to manage your channel. Like we can go to the channel default settings and stuff here, and we can do upload defaults and find literally everything we found on the desktop version of the website. Now, one thing to note is when you first go to this page, it's probably going to ask you to use the app, but there is a little continue button below that button. So don't worry, you just continue on through to the Studio landing page here, and you're in the dashboard. Now, same thing over here on Android, except slightly different for Chrome. And so if you're in the Chrome browser, you're going to go to studio.youtube.com, just like on iPhone. And I'm just going to click that one because that's studio.youtube.com to reload. And so you're there, but if it's not the desktop view, then there's three dots in the upper right, and we scroll down to the bottom of this menu, and we see desktop site, and we can check mark that, and that's going to hopefully keep that as a choice for studio.youtube.com. And especially with advanced analytics and different tabs on here that aren't available on the mobile app of YouTube Studio, there's a lot of features here that you can edit and change and manage. You can basically manage everything on your YouTube channel without being limited to what's available only in the YouTube Studio app for both iPhone and Android. That's everything about turning off comments on YouTube. Whether you're a viewer and you want to turn off comments and chat and you don't want to see anything, you can click and toggle open or on that YouTube restricted mode, and that will restrict comments. Or if you're a creator, which you most likely are, there's a lot of different ways to turn off comments on your YouTube channel, whether it's for a particular video, all your videos and all new uploads, or your whole channel. This is how you can turn off comments on YouTube. If this helped you out, please leave a like on the video or maybe subscribe. I don't know. Really helps me out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.